What's up, y'all? So in this video, I'm finally going to be showing y'all how I made my baby dress. And this is my third dress, actually my second and third dress. I made both of our dress. I wanted to do like a mommy and me thing, and again I just started sewing, so hopefully you guys learned something new. Now let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was take her measurement. She is normally like a 8'10", but you know, when you sewing and using like this pattern, you really need to have exact measurements so that way you can know how long you want it, so it's not looking crazy. So I took her measurements and of course divided it by 4, and I had to fold my pattern up about 2 inches. This is the same pattern that I use for my dress. And I'm just gonna mark her measurements again, how long I want it from her hips to her waist, you know, how wide it's gonna be, and then I'm gonna just make sure that I alter the pattern so that it's little enough for her, because this is going, you know, from a small to 2X to a size 8'10". So I'm just tracing it out on the paper, and then I'm going to cut it out, add it right to the fabric, unfold and cut it out. And this is a 4-way stretch fabric. So I'm not really adding any seam allowance since it does have a lot of stretch. I will add about a 1/2 inch of seam allowance around the top of the shoulder part so that I can attach it to the front of the dress. And then of course this is the back, so we're going to split that down the middle, pull it apart. This is what you should have. So we're going to pack that up, put it to the side, cut out the front skirt and the top part of the mesh using the same pattern. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to take apart to our back piece and just fold the neckline and the arm line down about a 1/2 inch, and then sew it down to make it look a lot neater. Then moving right on to the zipper, I added an old ribbon that I had so that I wouldn't get that wavy look in the back of the dress, and I installed the zipper off camera. I do have a video with installing zippers on my other 2 videos, which I will have linked below. And now I'm just going to attach the mesh piece to the front of the skirt. Once that's done, we're going to do a straight stitch all the way down the side here, flip over the mesh, and then top stitch it. And right here, I'm just checking my placements, and we're going to add the front piece to the back of the dress. Pin it on the shoulders and down each side, and on the sides we're going to do a zigzag stitch, and on the top of the shoulders, and we're going to straight stitch that. Okay, so of course I gotta try it on for reference to see where exactly I want to put the flower that I ordered off of Amazon. And y'all, I think I got this gold flower thing for like $5. Like, they be real affordable. So I just tried it on her. You know, I'm trying to figure out where I want it to make sure that her little, you know, baby breasts are covered, and I love it. And now we're almost done. We're working on the circle skirt part. And with this part, y'all, I kind of did it wrong. Again, the bottom of the skirt was 9.5 inches. I was supposed to times that by 2, which would have been like 19. I was supposed to divide the 19 by 4, but I actually divided the 9 by 4. So the top my circle skirt was like way too tight, so I ended up having to cut off like 1 or 2 inches at the top. Yeah, so I had to redo that part, but it wasn't that bad. And as you guys can see here, I'm ready to show you how tight it was once I sewed down each side of the circle skirt. And she's still looking good. Okay, so we're going to flip that dress inside out and add our circle skirt onto it. I'm going to pin it around it, and then I'm going to do a straight stitch since it will be reflected on the outside of the dress. And again, we're going to try to want to, you know, make sure we get this length down pack. I didn't want to cut it without it being on her body. Now y'all see how good this stitch look, like the attachment to the dress. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit down there. I'm gonna do like a top stitch. Y'all see how you can see, you know, the fabric right there. So we're gonna do a top stitch and stitch it right there. And that's what I'm doing now. Now I'm cutting this out for the bottom of the circle skirt, and I'm just going to sew it to make it a little longer because I wanted to add like a pop of gold at the bottom, and I'm also going to add some pink. And I'm just going to sew it to the bottom of the dress, and this is how it looks. So the only thing I got to do now is add the horsehair to give it like that extra, you know, the extra wavy look that it needs. Now, do y'all see how bomb that look? I had to get the gold petals because I wanted to just, you know, see what it was giving before I added it on there. And it looked good. So, you know, I went straight to the horsehair. And, you know, you got to sew a ribbon at the end of the horsehair because it'll come apart. And I just cut like a little piece that was long enough to go around the whole circle skirt. And I just sewed that on. And again, it's a more detailed video of that, link down below. And here I'm just using the glue gun to just add the petals, you know, because I knew she was only going to wear it for the photo shoot. And, you know, I just didn't want to take time out to sew all those petals on when I can just glue them on just like this. I love this dress so much. Like, it's so cute. She was honestly the star of the show. I just tried it on her, made sure, you know, it fit her perfectly. And it was a little snug, but I didn't want it to be loose. And as y'all can see, the top part where I have the gold flower, I didn't sew it down yet. But the only thing I'm going to do once I finish everything else, which you guys can see is pretty much done, I'm going to just sew it around the edges of the flowers. So, you know, it's like a flat applique. So only thing I got to do is just sew around the edges. And here we are just trying on both of our dresses for our photo shoot. And yeah, she loved it. She looks so cute. Yeah. Oh, you know you make me feel